Greetings. This is SkySaunders saying, "What's current?" It's Friday. It's a crash out Friday. I wanted to talk about music. I wanted to say this is a track that J. Cole had dropped, and that is a famous line. It's J. Cole, and we're not playing any. It's Friday, and we're not playing any J. Cole. Well, I want to talk about a song that really is his, but Wiz Khalifa, the sound of his voice is on the track itself, but he drops a few bars on it that lasts about a minute or so, and it's pretty hot. I gotta give him credit. Wiz Khalifa comes with the potion. He comes with the product, so I appreciate what he does. He has some lines. Let me see if I can recall them. Don't feel attacked at all. Them is just warning shots. When I can do what I want, then that's when the problems start. I roll another one and call it art. Origami, you can smell the smoke all on my clothes. I keep O's on me. Taught you how to roll and smoke with me. Your ultimate goal, probably. High as F in the whip, all the windows up, call it ghost riding. I also like when he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, these glasses are dark. I paid a lot for them. Bumbleclot saying yeet. What's up, Bumbleclot? You're in the room. Make sure you go to Dot Focus, twitch.tv. He's the main supporter right now. I'm trying this out. Maybe I can do my supporters. Check out Dot Focus, twitch.tv/Dot Focus _/about. Check him out. Go to his Twitch page or go to his YouTube page to get his subscriptions up. All right, now focus on Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa's career trajectory is very interesting because he had been a rookie before he was called a rookie. He came out in 2008 really with his first official release, Say Yeah, and that was his single. I think maybe they meant his first album was in 2000. Let me see. Let me make sure. Wiz Khalifa. This guy. So let me see. If so, his first studio album was actually Show and Prove, and Deal or No Deal in 2009. Then Rolling Papers was when he was hit. Source magazine called him the Rookie of the Year, and Rick Ross as the MVP. I remember that because I did a story on them way back when. But yeah. So this is all about crashing out. I never smoked weed a day in my life, but I do support people that do smoke weed. If you want to smoke marijuana in your own home or in your car in the back seat, you're not driving. I have no problems with that. That's all good, unless the driver catches contact. If you're in a let me make it clear. If you're in a limousine or in a high-end vehicle or something like that, and you have the ability to block the driver from any fumes that may be coming from your roach or your doobie, as the kids are saying it these days, I'm sure. if enjoy that. That's all for you. Is it the worst thing for somebody to feel good about themselves? That's what drugs do. They make you feel some type way. I'm on psychiatric drugs. They make me feel some type way when I'm about to go to sleep. So I can relate. But I have never in a day in my life smoked weed. I've been around plenty of people that have smoked weed right next to me. My girlfriend, she smoked weed. There are other girlfriends that smoke weed as well. So it's what it is. But getting back to this Wiz Khalifa, he has some bars on this track, and it's a good thing that he has these bars because it was made for him. It was made to have him hyped up, have him amped up in the set, to have him really like saying, yeah, this is my song. This is my song. You named it cLOUDs. You put the small C and the small S, and then the large letters loud, like hint, hint. Like, what am I talking about? But he has all these other, J. Cole is speaking on these, societal issues and everything that's going on in the world and things that are going on in his life. But, it's really about, rolling up one, smoking one, passing it, or don't pass it, just keep it to yourself. That's what it's all about. So I have to, applaud, applaud, applaud Mr. Wiz Khalifa. His real name is Cameron Jibril Thomaz, or is it Thomaz? Cameron Jibril Thomaz, I think it is. It's spelled with a Z at the end. He's a what they call a military brat. They always say the military brat. His parents were in the military. He was going all around the world. He was born in South Dakota. Excuse me, Minnow, North Dakota. He's traveled to Germany, United Kingdom, Japan before settling in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Also the home of the late great writer and playwright August Wilson. So that's just a little bit of his backstory. But on this track, he's zoned out. He's totally talking about that, smoking that loud, smoking that loud packs. You can smoke a loud pack. This is another thing. Salute to well, I have to make sure I get his name right. I have to make sure I get the name right. Dwayne Wiggins. He just passed away. He just passed away today. He had a bout with bladder cancer, and he was let me see. He was a singer, guitarist, and record producer, best known as the founding member of the 1990 soul R&B group Tony Tone. So smoke on your loud packs to that man. Salute to Dwayne Wiggins. Salute to Dwayne Wiggins. Salute to you, sir. He put out some of the best records. It Never Rains in Southern California. He had all that, and so they tell me, He was the guitarist for those records, so it's something to remark on. And this particular song is like, it sounds kind of down in a sense, because he's kind of like saying now he has to smoke the weed because to ease the pain, to not have the issues of the day creep into his soul. Like he has a strong understanding of that. As a matter of fact, let me change that. I'm going to put in. I'm going to make sure I put in Dwayne Wiggins. Real, salute to you, sir. I sent you a request. You can do whatever you want to do, but I said, I think I said $200. Do whatever you can. He says copy. You saw that request, right? Real's in the building. Salute to that man. Okay. He was 64 years old. Thought that was a gimmick. No, not a gimmick. It's sincere, sir. It's real talk. My ribs is touching this month. Height's not giving me no money. I don't know what happened to Height. Height was consistent. Give me $100 every month. Salute to you. Salute to you, Real. Salute to you. I appreciate it. Sincerely, I do appreciate your donations. They're fully appreciated, and I do use them to the effect of my personal well-being. So I appreciate that. You guys keep this show on the road. You guys are the ones that are supporting this show, so you have to make sure it's value for value. Makes just like Dr. Jerome Brooks says, it's value for value. All right, so Wiz is on the song, and it's reminding me of people that smoke loud packs. So smoke your loud pack for Dwayne Wiggins. He was a pioneer He's one of the pioneers of soul R&B groups in the 90s. There weren't too many of them like that. He was a guitarist. How many guitarists can you name in a group anymore? There are no guitarists like that. There's very few anyway, except for maybe T.I.'s son. One of his sons is studying the guitar, so good on him. All right, so Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa's verse is just like it's very, you know, intoxicating, you know, pardon the pun, but it seeps inside of you, and it just lets you know, all this is about, just, vibing out, chilling, taking in a few puffs, letting the stress go, letting it go, let you not feel that way anymore. How many people have died from marijuana overdoses? Maybe 1,000 in history. Maybe. I don't even know the numbers. They never talk about how many people die from marijuana overdoses. So that's like the easy drug. I want all drugs legalized. I want cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, everything, legalized. Even if they're high probability for overdose, I still wanted to be part of the scene. Should be all legalized, but weed is obviously, they call it the gateway drug. They call it the simple drug. It allows you to be introduced to other drugs like PCP and ecstasy and things of that nature and all that. But what Wiz does, he doesn't seem like he's stopping weed. Just like Snoop Dogg, he's in his 50s. I don't know what his memory is like. I don't know if he's, ever has lapses or anything like that. He doesn't seem like he does when he has interviews or anything like that. He speaks very clearly. He speaks very well. Mr. Troy Star Terrain said about Wiz Khalifa. He said that, he was on time. He was ahead of time. He took off his glasses. He was ready for the interview. He was very professional. That's what I love about, stories about people that smoke weed, because it's such, they're a stoner, they're a loser, they just want to, get bombed out and lose their mind, forget things, and have memory loss and claim it's it's not the weed. Like, I like when you hear those stories about people that are professional, that know how to gauge when and where to do the smoke weed. That's what I think is so great and so wonderful to understand, to get the gist of, because you have so many people that are like that are looked down upon, people that smoke weed. That's changing. That has changed. I think it needs to be freer. I think you don't need to maybe you need to be 17 years old. Maybe you need a license, but it has to be private license, and backed maybe by the government, like how you get issued a firearm. The same way you get issued a firearm, it should be the same thing for drugs. You need a license. I don't know if it's by government. I need to look into that. If it's by the government, you use a firearm. But definitely for weed and any drug, every drug, heroin, coke, all that, you get a license when you're 17 years old. You use that, and you light up, you inject, you sniff, you do whatever you got to do, as long as you got that license, and you pay taxes on your weed and your coke and your heroin. The people that provide it don't get to pay taxes. It's just the opposite. If you're a manufacturer or producer of drugs, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to have an issue with it. So that's the idea behind that. So I think with Wiz and his much needed, his much needed appearance on J. Cole's song, I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a classy kind of thing, and I expected it. I was like, that was Wiz. That was Wiz when he was on the beginning of the track. That that laugh he has. I was like, wait a minute, that's Wiz. That's definitely Wiz. And I was like, okay, he's definitely going to be on the remix. But J. Cole just said, here, just drop a verse. Just drop a verse. I'm not even going to be on the song. You the whole thing. It's yours. And he let him go. He said, there you go. Just let him be free. And he said, he had him do the verse, and it just clicked. Everything clicked. Everything clicked. It was awesome. So I appreciate him for being a gentleman about it. And he probably said something like, he probably said something like, he had you use my voice, that's cool. Do what you got to do with it, man. And he was just like, nah, man. I'm making I'm just making a scenario. He's like, nah, man. You got to just drop a verse on it. That's all you got to do. Just drop a verse. You do whatever you want to do on it. Say what you want to say. I'm on my spaceship. I'm on some other level stuff. I'm talking about Trump's assassination attempt and stuff like that. And you do what you got to do on your track. This is your track as well. So you drop it. So if you go to his blog, which I'll put in the I'll put in his blog and live stream for you to see. If you don't know, if it's not going to be on the final video, but it's inevitable.live/algorithm. Inevitable.live/algorithm. That's his address for his for J. Cole's blog. And it has right on there Wiz Khalifa's a verse. So if you listen to it, it's got great bars. I'm telling you, you will enjoy it. It'll be something to behold. And you can definitely take that as something that is very worthy of your time. It's definitely worthy of your time. Definitely worthy of your time. Let me see, Wiz cLOUDs. They don't even have all the lyrics out yet. There's another song with K Camp. It's called Clouds or Clouds in the Air. That's a totally different song. This one is Clouds, just Clouds with J. Cole. And I think it just dropped either yesterday or the day before. Or may have dropped earlier today. But I got it from Hot New Hip Hop. I don't know what happened to hiphopdx.com. I don't know what happened with Hip Hop DX. They must be on some kind of hiatus or something. Maybe rescheduling something. Because it looks like just like a regular page. It's a very blank page. They don't have any content available. So I think this is a great way of putting two artists that you may not think are together or may not on the same level, but are definitely strong together. They actually have a chemistry. Pause. But let me see. I'm trying to find it. Can't find it. This is crazy. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. But anyway, I'm trying to find it right now, but I'm looking for it. They just got rid of it. I'm looking for it. It's crazy. It's like they don't have it on here. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna have to go search Wiz. Just put Wiz. I just put Wiz, and they got a 503 service unavailable. I love it. Whenever you're trying to do something, every time you're trying to do something, you could be just knocked out, conked out on shrooms, and not doing anything productive, and your day will be great. You'll be like, shoot, I didn't do anything today. Nothing, nothing went wrong. It was cool. But as soon as you do something productive, that's when everything goes to hell. That's the problem. They're saying J. Cole has a hold on, let me see. J. Cole. Okay. Here it is. J. Cole officially shares the Wiz Khalifa version of Clouds to his blog. J. Cole continues to deliver, and this time he's done it so by releasing the full remix of Clouds with Wiz Khalifa. See? That's what I'm talking about. He released a full remix just with Wiz Khalifa, just by himself. That's all he needed. He didn't need anybody else. He didn't even need himself on the track. That's pretty amazing. That's remarkable. I think that's cool. Wiz Khalifa is one of the premier artists of the past almost 2 decades now. He's as crazy as that sounds. It'll be 20 years since he dropped his first studio album in 2006. It'll be next year. It'll be 20 years next year. That is amazing to me, because he's only a year older than me, or a year older than I. He's a year older than myself. I always get that grammar mixed up. But yeah. So I just think it's extraordinary. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great. Talk about that weed. Talk about that loud. Talk about them packs. Talk about that kush, that green, that dank, that yank, that all of that bubble kush, and blueberry yum yum, and all that Maui wowie, all that. I've never touched any of that. Never smoked an ounce of nothing. But I respect those who do, because if you're an adult, if you're 17 years of age and you can pick up a rifle and kill somebody overseas, then you should be able to smoke some weed at the end of the day. Maybe not in uniform, maybe not while you're in the military, but when you get out of the military, you should be able to, you'll be like 22, 23 years old, and you should be able to relax and just calm yourself and be all that. Like, I don't promote weed, but I promote the people that do weed, if that makes any sense. I don't promote, the actual idea of it, because it does destroy brain cells. It does alter your mental capacity in certain circumstances, and it just depends on the individual. It all depends on the individual. You can't just collectivize it and say, oh, it's just terrible for everyone. You can't do it. Like we have right now, are draconian laws that govern our abilities, our inabilities to use drugs, pharmaceuticals, and things of that nature. And that's the real killer. That's the real killer. The idea of pharmaceutical drugs, the FDA regulates. That's the serious part. That's what's really the problem. Before anything else, that's the real issue. That's the actual issue. So we have to really look at that and understand how Wiz Khalifa is such a great artist. And if you say, oh, he's like Snoop, all he talks about is smoking weed. I mean, he has other songs. He has other, and Snoop Dogg too. He talks about, he's got gangster, songs. He's got, love songs. He's got, songs for, for getting busy. If you're getting down with your girl or with your guy, or with your, or you're with your you're a guy if you're a girl, if you're a straight girl, or if you're queer. I don't know. It's your business, not mine. But yeah. So Wiz is definitely in the camp of, like he's not like top tier in the sense of like they say that the top three, J. Cole, um, uh, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar before 2014, the Control verse, and of course the verse he had with Metro Boomin and I can't remember, it was with Metro Boomin, I know for sure, but it's way before those verses. He's not like he's like in the pocket. He's kind of like what's his name? James Harden, kind of like. Does James Harden even have a ring? I don't even think he has a ring. He's kind of like, does Paul George have a ring? That's the kind of caliber of a rapper he is. I always make my distinctions with basketball, NBA players, with rappers. Of course, Michael Jordan is Jay-Z. Larry Bird is Eminem. Olajuwon is Biggie Smalls. Notorious B.I.G., stuff like that. Ye is Magic Johnson. It's if you understand what I'm saying, you see what I'm saying. In those different players and different rappers, you understand what I'm saying. So Wiz, he's smoking them packs like he's saying with Wiggins. I mean, this is the question. What did he have pain? Was he in pain? Was he smoking himself? I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Was he smoking weed to relieve his bladder cancer? The pain that must have been excruciating. Bladder cancer must be so severe, just to have that, ailment. This is not like a blessing, I'm saying. There's no God. There's not anything mystical, but I'm saying it's kind of like a release. It's a relief from all the pain and the anguish, so I don't know if he, like I said, I don't know if Mr. Wiggins smoked weed. I don't know if he was taking anything for the pain that must have been excruciating, must have been completely over the top. But he's out of here. He was 64 years old. It's a perfect time to listen to this song because it seems like it's like Wiz is putting up guards. He's like I got these sunglasses on. They're expensive, so you can't see my eyes if their eyes are low or something like that. It's the same kind of condition. It's the same kind of ideal. It's the same kind of thought process. It's the same kind of thought process. It gives you a spotlight into whatever kind of issues that people have. The reason why people smoke weed, I remember watching I think it was a Instagram post, and they showed the guy, he was in the back. They're like in a department store, I think, or something like that, and he was one guy was just smoking weed. He was just out there. He was just in the stock room smoking weed. He was like, and the guy I guess his supervisor or manager came over. Was like, okay, that's it, you're done. And he was like, he smoked some more, and it was like, all right. Like, he wasn't even phased. He didn't even care. He didn't really care. He was such in a zone that he wasn't even bothered. He wasn't even bothered by it. But yeah, I wonder about Mr. Wiggins. I wonder about Dwayne Wiggins if he had some kind of drug, the alcohol probably wouldn't be so good for bladder cancer, but smoking weed would probably be an answer to the pain that he must have felt. He must have felt like so crushing pain that it had to be so terrible that he didn't even understand it. But it just seems to me, this is like the magic. This is it seems like there's a lot of people dropping nowadays, more so than usual, more celebrity deaths than there are, like they know something, like they saw this Trump character come back and said, you know what, can't see this show again. I can't. I'm out. I'm exiting stage left. I'm going out that door. I'm going away. I can't take this. I mean, that's just something I'm saying. But Bumblecloud says, I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Who's Willie? Who is Willie, Bumblecloud? You just saying some random person's name? Who's Willie? You're never smoking. Oh, Willie. Oh, you smoke. Have you smoked? You really have smoked with Willie Nelson? You really have? Are you just BSing? Are you just BS? You just BSing? You just laying the BS? Bovine fertilizer? Is that what you're doing? BV? Excuse me, BF. It's a Toby Keith song. Oh, I didn't know that. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even realize that. Okay. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. Okay. It's a Toby Keith song. Okay, so it's a country song. So 2 country artists. Willie Nelson is also known for, puffing the chiba. There's so many different slang words for weed. There's pot, there's weed, there's chiba, there's dank, there's kush, bump, ganja. Thank you, ganja. That's another one. And you're in the live chat right now, Bumbleclot, but it shows 0 people in my viewership. So there could be 2,000 people in here. There could be 20,000 people in here. There could be 100,000 people in here. I would never know because the algorithm is weird. Yeah, herb. You can go on and on and on. It can go on and on. But the main thing is that it should be legalized. You shouldn't have to have a medical card. It should be across the country. Shouldn't be by states. It should be legalized across the country, and then if the United States legalizes it, it'll be for the world. It'll be for the world because they'll say, "Oh, America, they legalize it. Why can't we legalize it?" And I mean, you got places like Amsterdam, and I think I always get confused. It's either in the Netherlands. I think it's in the Netherlands and not Holland. I always get it mixed up. Let me make sure. Amsterdam. I'm just make sure. In the Netherlands, that's right. Okay, so not Holland. Okay, it's in the Netherlands, but they're the most they have the red light district. But what is most important is that they have some of the strictest laws outside of the red light district. If you're caught. Okay, this is new. This is new to me. On May 25th, 2023, in a bid to crack down on wild tourist behavior, the city bans weed smoking in public areas in and around the red light district. Okay, so that's newer to me. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. I'll never smoke weed with Diddy again. I don't think anybody wants to do anything with Diddy again. All right, so yeah, so I think it's like it's a sad situation with Mr. Wiggins. I mean, he was 64. That's thanks to capitalism. Thanks to capitalism. Sadly, we have to say that's a young age because of capitalism. Like gladly and sadly saying that because 64, he could have lived to be 104. He could have lived 40 more years. That's extraordinary. That's how powerful capitalism is. We have advances in medicine. Of course, it wasn't. We still don't know how to treat all. We can treat cancer, but we have not been able to cure it completely. Some people have what is it? It's not relapse, but the cancer returns, and that starts a problem. So that is a major issue in our culture right now. So I'm just tying the two things together. I can imagine people are smoking one right now for Wiggins. They have their loud packs, for Dwayne Wiggins, a guitarist, a talented singer, talented your record producer. He had all of that going for him. It's a shame he had to lose his life to cancer. It's really sad, but smoke that loud pack if you got it. If you got the loud, roll one, smoke one, put one in the air. You know how they say, who's blowing down the wet? I mean, that's something different. The wet is different than weed, but who's blowing down the sticky, icky, the skunk, like Bumbleclaw said, the ganja, the herb. But obviously, people are like Willie Nelson's age. Willie Nelson is what? Let me see exactly how old Willie Nelson is. Willie Nelson is 91 years old. He's still touring, I believe. He's still active. Yes, Texas. Salute to Texas. Make sure you check out Dot Focus on you can scroll up and it's at the top of the top. It's at the top of the chat. Dot Focus _ twitch.tv/dot focus/about. Twitch.tv/dot focus _/about. That's how you can get to him. But I'm never going back to Jesus. It's never happening. Never going backwards. Just like Nas said, always forward, never backwards, stupid. He said, yes, you are. No. Not ever. No, never. What does Joel Osteen say? Never. I respect people that do follow Jesus, though. Obviously, my father is a minister. So I respect people that do follow Jesus. I can't respect it in my own life. I'll never respect it, on my own terms. But if you want to choose to go down that path, that's for you. That's your own life. That's cool. I just like the fact that people are that people can believe in Jesus and smoke weed at the same time. I think that's ironic in a lot of ways. I think it's funny, but it's okay with me. I'm like, do what you got to do. I mean, there are probably scriptures and that can be decoded as you be able to smoke weed. I mean, that's just what it is. But did you know about Dwayne Wiggins, Texas? He's closer to you than I am. He was in California. He was from California. He was in Tony Tone. So check his stats out. Check his discography. I understand why you won't go back to Jesus. You love Jay-Z. I do not love Jay-Z. I respect Jay-Z as a businessman. And I don't understand the correlation. Who's the top 5 of all time? Who's the top 5 what of all time? You said top 5. Who's the top 5 what? Bloggers, video makers, directors, writers, authors, leaders, rappers. I can only say my top 5. My top 5 is Big Boy of Outkast, Mouse of the Clips, Jadakiss, Master P, Twista, and Master P. That's my top 5. So number 5 is Big Boy of Outkast. Number 4 is Malice of the Clips. Number 3 is Jadakiss. Number 2 is Twista. Number 1 is Master P. That's my top 5. I don't know who the top 5. I can say the number 1, like you said, I don't love Jay-Z, but I respect him. Yeah, that's a good one. Dylon, and Dylon. That's the top 5. He spits hot fire. That's why. He spits hot fire. Dylon. What does he have to say? That's another day, but I'm going to just do a little teaser. What does Dylon have to say about Diddy? What does he know? Yeah. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to just say yay. That's what he wants to be called now anyway, so. But yeah. But Wiz is definitely in the top like 60, top 80 maybe. Wiz Khalifa is a great artist. He's just a great artist. He doesn't have to worry about nothing. He doesn't have to worry about money. He's got a diamond plaque with Charlie Puth with the song Tell You All About It When I See You Again. I don't know what the exact title is, but Wiz trash. Okay, Texas. You're a hater, but Wiz is not trash. Wiz is the truth. Wiz is the truth. He has one thing that most people think about him as, oh, he's a weed head, oh, that's all he raps about, or anything like that. But his flows and the intricacies of his rhyme patterns are very not trash. They're very good, actually. He has great rhyme patterns. Even if he does mention weed a lot. So you're not right. Wiz hasn't been good since the early 2010s. On this particular remix, he's pretty good. He's back there batting, I mean, it's pretty much a home run. This is a home run. He maybe over the last, 5 to 10 years, he's been hitting singles. He hasn't been hitting home runs out of the park or anything like that, or any grand slams. Cushion OJ, a good mixtape. I to be honest with you, I haven't heard it. I haven't listened to it. I only listened to some of the singles he has, and they go back, a few years. But I just can't name a song besides the one that he's on right now with cLOUDs with J. Cole giving it to him. He just gave him the beat. He has his vocals at the beginning, but then he has a whole verse. It's 2 minutes and 34 seconds. At least a minute and a half. I mean, he's just spitting bars that are fire. Holly, what's going on, lady? Welcome to the madness. We're talking about smoking weed. Do you remember Tony Tone? Dwayne Wiggins. He was a founding member of Tony Tone. He passed away sadly from bladder cancer. And when people pass away, I say smoke your loud packs. So yeah, so I know you can't smoke your loud packs because you got a job. You got a nice job, and I hope there is no God, but I hope and pray that you don't get axed because I know you put in the work as one of the best VA representatives there is. So salute to you, Holly. I mean that. So get the Trumpster out of the way. Make sure he doesn't slash your jobs or Elon Musk or whoever it may be. Yeah. So you're definitely one of the best I've experienced, and I've experienced with at least 4 hospitals. I think maybe 5. But let me see. My home state, Wilmington. Then there was oh my God, what is it called? I'm trying to remember. There was one in Massachusetts near Lowell. I can't think of what it's called. You know what it's called, Holly. The one near Lowell. I can't think of it right now, but then Brockton, where I met Holly. Then I went to Northampton. So that's 3. So I think it's 4. Bedford, yes, thank you. So Wilmington, Bedford. So Bedford, Brockton, Northampton, Wilmington, 4. That's 4 that I know of for sure. So yes, thank you. I knew you would know Bedford, yeah. So out of all those, and I'm not just saying this to gas you up. I'm not just saying this because you're here. You were the top one because I said this before. Leroy and I, we're like, yeah, Holly, she just puts more effort in. We were just like saying, you're just like, you care more. There's something genuine about that. So I appreciate you for doing that. You may not ever, I mean that wholeheartedly. Like I said, this is before my show. This is before anything. This is the reality. I was saying that to Lee. You remember Leroy? We were just talking about him. But I was just saying that they had a proposal to merge Boston and Bedford. Wow. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Is that recent within the last year or so? I didn't realize that. That's crazy. Yeah, Bedford was cool. You know, I did my thing. I went crazy. They had to put me in the psychiatric ward. Yes, you're very welcome, Holly. I mean that wholeheartedly. Like I said, I'm not just saying it now. I said this a long time ago. This is back in what 2011, 2012, 2012. This is like 2012. It's crazy. 2013. Oh, they declined. Okay, got you. They declined. Yeah, it's hard out here. It's hard out on the boulevard. But I just know that may protection over your career sincerely be established because you put in work. You put in work. I respect that. I respect that. I remember the games we played. We are so off topic. Yes, we are. Yeah, it was way back then. Yeah, it was time. Just it keeps going on. But what we're talking about is Dwayne Wiggins. He died at the age of 64. He was the guitarist for Tony Tone, and it ties in with a lot of things with because there's that saying. If you look it up online, you say it's Friday and we're not playing any J. Cole tonight. Like it's a real thing. It's like a meme. It's like something that's been going on for the past over a decade, I think. But I'm talking about J. Cole's song, which Wiz Khalifa is on. He has a verse on it, and so we're discussing that. We're talking about legalization of marijuana. We're talking about across the board. The entire United States of America needs to legalize it. You should be 17 years old and with a license, and it should be privatized. It should be backed by the government. Only when you buy it, you're paying the government to protect the manufacturers of the marijuana. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about rolling up loud packs. I don't want to ask you, Holly, if you want to divulge, if you want to say, when I was a teenager, when I was younger, I mean, but you don't have to say anything if you don't want to incriminate yourself or something like that. No, we don't need no, we don't need to legalize that bull. Why don't we need to legalize that bull? Tell me a valid reason, Texas. Tell me a valid reason why we don't need to legalize it. Tell me a valid reason. Give me your argument. Give me whatever you have to say. Give me what you think is right and righteous and good for this country, for America. For what do you say? What do you think is the right thing? Why is it a reason for us to not legalize it? I don't care where it's at as long as it's not legal in Texas. I just said legal across the whole United States. Nope, staying out of this. Understood, Holly. Understood. Because if you like Wiz Khalifa, if you like his music, you don't have to. I like his music. I never smoked weed a day in my life, but I know people that have. But you could talk about if you enjoy Wiz Khalifa's music. The song that comes to mind first of foremost is Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. What is this? Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. So that's the song that comes to mind. But reason, that's not a reason. I don't care where it's at as long as it's not legal in Texas. Why not legal in Texas? Texas? Why not in your home state? What's stopping? Why would you stop somebody just sitting in their basement, with their girl or with their guy or whatever the case may be, and they just want to, toke on something and not have to worry about it. It's a Friday night. It's Friday, and all they want to do is just get a little bit of a feeling of being lifted into the air, feeling light, feeling good. We have values and morals. That's ironic. You say, okay, Holly likes Wiz. Okay, that's cool because I like Wiz too. Wiz has got some great tracks. He's got some great tracks, and like I said, the other song that comes to mind is the song he did with Charlie Puth. But You have values and morals. If you had values and morals, you would say that it's moral for the United States of America to legalize marijuana. And I'll give you the exact reason. Freedom of the mind, freedom of movement, liberty, because you will be free to do what you can do. Now, there will be consequences and laws implemented for people, just like there is for alcohol. It'll be the same kind of the laws that already are being established across the country for different states that have legalized marijuana laws. But that's immoral. It's immoral to say that somebody can't have marijuana. That's immoral. That's a non-value. That's taking away their right to do whatever they want to do with their body. As long as they're not hurting anyone else, they should have the exact right to do whatever the hell they want. Oh, yeah, I said that. Make it all legal. Make prostitution legal. Make marijuana legal. Cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, PCP, goes all the way down the line. Make all that legal, because they are all part of your liberal self. You're not liberal in the sense of politics, but I'm saying your liberal, your freedom self, your self freedom, your freedom of your mind and body. End the war on drugs. Exactly. We would end the war on drugs if we were legalizing all the different narcotics. There'll be no narcotics. There'll be no illegal drugs. There'll be no illicit drugs. No, sir, we are not heathens. He called us heathens. Well, if you are a heathen, then so be it. Be a heathen and enjoy your spliff. Enjoy, your PCP. Enjoy your prostitute. Enjoy your, that will cut down on the trafficking, I think. That's what that whole movie I'm waiting to see. I'm trying to see it for free. Anora, if you've seen Anora already, that's what that whole story is about. But yeah, so no, sir, we are not heathen. Oh, he said all right, okay. But yeah, so we are not heathens. We aren't heathens. That's the reason why drugs should be legalized. You want to continue with these people that post people's heads on pikes and these cartels in Mexico, and they're running up into America, and instead of it being legalized drugs, legalized fentanyl, where people don't get overdoses and it's controlled privately. I mean, that's the whole point. Go live in Jersey and Oregon. Go live in America. Live anywhere in America. I'm saying. The West Coast is a mess. Holly's going in on the West. Where would you move to, Holly? Where would you move to if you had to go to Texas? If you had to go to Texas, what part? It's a big state. Big state. Where would you move to? To where would you move? That's probably the correct diction, I should say. Where would you move, Holly, if you were going to Texas? I think with the idea of legalizing all this stuff, it just makes sense. It's like with the late great Dwayne Wiggins. I don't know about his history, but I'm imagining if he had bladder cancer, he was probably in a lot of pain. He was probably feeling it. Bladder cancer is pretty serious. It's you can't eat the right certain things. You're gonna drink stuff. You have to eat, a cheeseburger through a straw. If you wanted to have a bite of a burger, it's serious. It's some serious stuff. So I would only imagine that he probably had some kind of extra vehicular ideas for managing his pain. It makes sense. You definitely a liberal. No, not a liberal. Not a conservative either. I'm an objectivist from the school of Ayn Rand. I'm neither liberal nor conservative. They're both corrupt. A pox on both houses. They're terrible, horrific, liberal and conservative. They don't know what the hell to do. They have terrible ideas, both sides. So I don't subscribe to being a liberal or being conservative. They're horrific. They agree on too many things. That's one of the worst things. Most liberals and conservatives agree that drugs shouldn't be legalized for one instance, and that's when you have the worst idea. When liberals and conservatives or Republicans and Democrats, when they agree on something, that's when you know something's in trouble. Something is dangerous. You want anarchy. Would there be anarchy? Was there anarchy before we had prohibition of alcohol or after? Because I remember during prohibition, that was the highest rate of cop deaths in American history. You can look that up. Those are statistics. Those are facts. The highest rate of cops being killed was during prohibition. So they figured that out. They're like, well, people are going to get it. It doesn't matter. You don't remember anything. You weren't alive. I don't have to be alive. You ever read a history book? You ever read history? You ever gone online and looked at statistics? Okay, here we go. I didn't even know there was a Cleveland, Texas. Wow, maybe Texas knows about that. Okay, here we go. My friend just bought land in Cleveland, Texas. They're building a new house. They have 4 kids. All the kids gonna have their own room. The land is like $50,000. The house is $150,000 or something. Way more affordable. Yes, it is. Yeah, probably better climate. I would like warmth. I would like better winters. Maybe the winters aren't as vicious as they are in the Northeast Atlantic, where Holly and I reside in that corridor. It just comes down to that. It just comes down to individual choice. That's what it's all about. Individualism with me. It's all about individualism. Yes, I've been to Cleveland too. Nothing there. Texas. Oh, he's been to Cleveland, Texas. Nothing there. I guess that's a good thing then. If nothing's there, you don't have to worry about it. What do you have to worry about? Rattlesnakes and sidewinders or tarantula? What do you have to worry about? Probably don't have to worry about that. Too close to Houston for me. Okay, what's wrong with Houston, Texas? Not Houston, Texas, but Houston, Texas. What's wrong with Houston, sir? Why are you clowning Houston? What's going on? What's wrong with Houston? What's going on with Houston? So if you got them, smoke them. Smoke them if you got them, gents and ladies, whoever, ladies and gents. Smoke them if you got them for Dwayne Wiggins, 64 years of age, bladder cancer. He's out of here. Salute that man. Salute that man. He was a pioneer. Their house will be twice the size of their house in Massachusetts for a fraction of the price. Good God. If only they knew, right, Holly? If only they knew. Houston is okay, blanket statement. So what is it about Houston that makes it an ish hole? What is wrong with Houston? I would imagine it's a thriving metropolitan area. It's like the second Atlanta. Is that the reason why people call it the second Atlanta? Liberals. That control government. There's a lot of left-leaning people that control government. See, I'll give you another example how I'm not a liberal. I'm for guns. I'm totally for guns. I think people should be armed. I think if you should have a license at maybe 13, depending on the a background check if they have psychiatric issues or something like that. Oh, here we go. Oh! I can't even pronounce this. I'm gonna chop this up, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Holly says, I'm ready to retire in Mauritius. I'll probably chop that up. I'm sure she'll correct me. Africa. You have to spell it out phonetically for me. I saw a video and I'm sold. What was amazing about that place? I've never heard it called the second Atlanta. I wouldn't take it as a compliment though. Yeah. Yeah, people are calling it second. If you don't want to move to Atlanta, move to Houston. You move to Houston, move to Dallas. In your area, Fort Worth, which is just a few hop, skip, and jump away from Dallas, of course. Yeah. So, what is this video, Holly? And pronounce Mauritius or Mauritius, Africa. I'm stupid. You know I'm stupid. Mauritius, Africa. That means there's a bunch of in Houston now. I don't know. I think that's the reason why most people are going away from Atlanta to be, so they don't have to worry about the Water Boys and the Fossey Boys, and I think that's the reason why people are going to Houston rather than Atlanta, because that's a strong community. The homosexual community in Atlanta is pretty thick. It's pretty thick, as I've heard. I mean, Mr. Choice Star Terrain has spoken about that on numerous occasions. Okay, their family lives in Houston. Oh, excuse me. Their family lives in Houston right now. Okay. Yeah, so it's a thriving metropolitan area. Very, they have businesses, downtown, and it's definitely is definitely home to world champion teams, unless you want to call them cheats, the Astros. The a-holes. No, they earned it. They earned it. So I think with Houston being the second Atlanta, as I've heard before, I can't remember exactly. It might have been on the Star Report. And somebody said it was for sucks for the family. Texas he's a rogue guy. He's rogue. He's rogue. All right, thank you, Mauritius. Okay, thank you. See, Holly will correct me. She's not. She hit me over the head with a marinara spoon, and she was close to me. She's like, "You dummy! What are you talking about?" Mauritius. Okay. So what's so intriguing about Mauritius? Hotlanta, exactly. Yeah, Hotlanta. Yeah. They have milder winters, but they had a crazy winter this past few years. They didn't know what to do. People were losing their minds because they weren't used to the snow and the ice. The president of Mauritius was inviting people to retire there. Okay. People are not allowed to work. Whoa. I don't know if I'll be able to live there. You're not allowed to work. We're gonna have to talk about that on another time, because that's deep. That sounds deep. You're not allowed to work. What? Who's then? What they got? AI? You have synthetic beings doing all the work? What is work? What is the definition of work? Productive value, creating productive value. Hey, but it's been real. I gotta cut out of here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Texas. Thank you, Bumbleclot. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming in. Oh, Section 8 people. Okay. Thank you for coming in. Be sure to check me. I should be here tomorrow sometime in the afternoon, maybe in the evening again around this time. But I do appreciate all of you, and I will see you. Make sure you check out .focus, DOTFOCUS_. Go to his YouTube page, get the subscriptions up, and tell him that the silly guy SkySaunders sent you. All right, I'll see you later. Rock and Power. Oh, we got okay. Got to make sure I get that. I will check this out. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate it. But yeah, so I will say Dwayne Wiggins, salute to you, sir. Rock and Power. It's Friday night. We talked about J. Cole, and we talk about rolling loud. I've never rolled loud, but if you want to smoke your packs for Dwayne Wiggins, feel free. Yeah, marinara spoon. I know you can probably make some good, marinara sauce. So I'm just saying. I hope that's not. Don't take that as racist, or because you're Italian. I mean that in the best way. Mean that in the best way. You can probably throw down in the kitchen. You can sing. You can do. I'm sure you can do kitchen work. You would hit me over the head with a marinara spoon. I'm sure of it. I'm sure you can make some pasta fagioli. You can make some gabagool. I'm going crazy. It's late. I'll see you guys some other time. All right. Take care.